The problem is, how do you get that plan in the regional plan? How do you move that forward if the individual entities won't cooperate to do that? And so that's my question to y'all. How do we get that type of project moved forward, just to look at it to see if it would even work? And that's all I have here.
Well, it's a great question. I mean, it's one of those deals where we hope, as we were stating earlier, that the technology, that we're not tunnel visioned in those regions, that as these things appear and become economic, and or the technology is there to try, that the flexibility is there, I guess, to be able to change. Mr. Larson?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent question. That's probably going to be answered when scarcity drives it. When we get to a critical mass and we're in a situation where we all have to become, we've got to have a plan that all of us are going to work for collectively, and that's been done in states west of us and all over the world. Scarcity always brings the policy to the point where we start developing projects that we all benefit from. We've got a very selfish, myopic approach right now, and it's all over the state where we're not looking at it collectively. We're just looking at them from a singular standpoint. So hopefully, I hope that we create the framework that somewhere down the road that we stop looking at it and from a region to region, we start looking at it from a state perspective, the development of it. Go back in the 1950s, over 60% of our water supply, surface water, was built by our forefathers. The state did participate in developing those projects. They took a percentage of the yield at Toledo Bend when we built it. The money we put in, we still have X percentage of that water that the state has ownership of. And so if you're going to build large ASRs like you're talking about, the state could participate, and then we own ownership of that to sell it or give a debit card to somebody that wants yields of water when they need it. And so that could be a way that you could develop it, and that's how it's been done in other states and in this state in the drought of the 1950s. So, but I think that we'll have to evolve as a legislature and leadership to get to that point in developing those large-scale projects, and it can't be done on a local basis. I mean, the reason being is just not enough need. It's got to be several regions come together to develop, these large-scale projects.
Yeah.